180 millimetres, almost half a metre of rain has been dumped on Coffs Harbour since 9 a.m. yesterday, while Nambucca had 410 millimetres and Belligen 290.
This is what it looks like when you receive more than a month's rain in just a few hours. The effect was devastating. The impact so swift, towns were isolated, homes were cut off, many were simply caught by surprise. Motorists who tested their bravery found themselves in trouble. It's hard to believe this is the Pacific Highway, more like a river than a major road. For one driver, the arrival of a fire crew averted almost certain tragedy. He was pulled to safety after his car was swept over an embankment. More than 100 homes have been flooded and dozens of people rescued from fast-flowing floodwaters.
We had a bit of rock and roll. It was flying through, it was like a river. Well, we were lucky, it was only a couple of inches, but it still, wiped everything out. We got mud and, what have you.
While many remain stranded until the water subsides, 3,000 people managed to take refuge in evacuation centres.
And we watch it all disappear again, as it normally does.
The area was also flooded just a few weeks ago. Locals lulled into believing that would be it.
Clearly this time it's even worse. Coffs Harbour has sustained quite a lot of damage, particularly to cars, I've noticed, and to people's properties. There seems to be a lot more private property damaged in this event.
The declaration of a natural disaster zone means much needed funding to restore damaged infrastructure and provide a financial lifeline for those now desperate for assistance.
We've had over 100 flood rescues since this time yesterday. The volunteers are handling the situation fantastically. Over 400 volunteers in the field with other emergency services, and the rescues that they've been performing has been amazing, rescuing people trapped in their cars from fast-flowing rivers. So my hat and my thanks go to the communities and the volunteers in them.
A lot heavier at about 2 o'clock yesterday. Without notice, Coffs Harbour's CBD started filling up with water. Before long, it resembled a lake, and the water just kept coming. Owners did all they could to try and protect their stock, but as the rain kept coming, the town slowly shut down street by street. Motorists became stranded in their cars as they tried to pick up school children. Services were called to action, doing everything they could to help those who'd become stranded. Some had to simply abandon their cars. 65 people had to be rescued from the Coffs Harbour area. More than 800 people spent the night in evacuation centres. They're calling it a 1-in-100-year event, even though it's come just 13 years after the last 1-in-100-year flood back in 1996.
I've never seen anything like the deluge that we received yesterday afternoon. I've been a resident now for 37 years in this town. I've been through some flooding situations.
The Coffs Creek peaked at 5.14 metres last night, with 100 homes and many more businesses flooded.